Hey everyone, one good thing that's been happening because of this heat is that I'm waking up pretty quickly. It's so uncomfortable to lie in bed that even if I am not fully awake yet, I just get up. It's so sticky. Like yesterday, the humidity was around 95%, and that, like, getting up and taking a bath is better for me at this point than completing my 7 hours of sleep. I did complete microbiology and pediatrics yesterday. I was, if I say so myself, very stringent yesterday. Managed to complete two of the toughest subjects for me, and I am going to start with ortho and ophthal today. We'll be completing ortho hopefully in the morning and then going for ophthal in the evening. Probably won't be able to complete it, but that's all right. I did watch the microbiology and anatomy END video of BTR because both of these are very weak subjects for me. I do not have much of a understanding of anatomy at all, and as you can see from the notes I made after the BTR END, like if I compare it to the one right before that, where is the note of that one? This is the one I made for the END before that, and this was a very factual END, and these are the notes I made for the anatomy and microbiology END. And one thing I have realized that like everything in micro and anat seems new to me. I do not know people who do so well in anatomy, how they do it, because like I wanted to note down every single thing. Maybe I do not have a conceptual understanding of it, like some of the portions, to give an example, this question, lung is injured, if we go over which rib. I have done this question in Marrow GT, and still I haven't learned the concept, so I noted it down properly. I know this question. I knew that this question has come before, but I had not revised it properly. There was like these nucleus, the nucleus ambiguous, dorsal motor nucleus. These always come up in the exam, and to be very frank with you, I have absolutely no idea about them. I used to mark them out of guesswork, or mostly I used to just leave them because I really did not know anything about them. Okay, this question, this, like, a prime example of recall bias. I wrote this question one day before the Marrow GT, and this question came in the Marrow GT. So yeah, again, adrenals, left one is lunar. I have read this before but never properly concentrated on it, and that's why I did not know it. Only again, one more question that had come in the Marrow GT, I think, or one of the mock tests or mini tests, I don't remember. What, like, all the pox named viruses except which one, and one more was there. Which one? The ligaments of the uterus, the round ligament, the ovarian ligament, which vessel is contained in which ligament. Never read these properly. Finally read this topic, like the azygous venous system. Whenever I come to it in anatomy, I used to proper leave that page. I remember that page, it's on the right hand side of the notes, the 6.5 notes, and I used to absolutely leave the page because I did not understand this concept at all. So I hunkered down and I was like, I'm gonna watch this portion. I rewatched this portion like 2 times to make sure that I had properly understood this concept at least. And Hassel's corpuscles, like these questions also, in the last NEET PG they gave this question. They always give a histology question, and in that I think it was umbrella shaped cells, and I marked it correctly out of sheer luck. But these questions, they, like, this is my phobia, these types of questions. The Hassel corpuscles, they give you thymus, lymph node, and they tell you to differentiate it. They give you kidney, they give you pancreas. Okay, they're not gonna make me differentiate the kidney and the pancreas, of course, but you know, the pancreas, I've never been able to understand what the pancreas looks like histologically. So yeah, that was that. So I thought that this was a good END for someone like me whose concepts are poor in these subjects. If your concepts are good, you definitely don't need to be watching this, but for people who are weak in these subjects, you should watch the END. For the people who keep asking me to go live and study, I would absolutely love to do that. It would be productive for you and me both, but it's probably not gonna happen, guys, because like I keep changing locations based earlier on. I used to base it on when I was bored. I used to just change my location, and I even move around and study a lot. Like you won't be seeing me or my books or anything on the live itself. I plug my earphones in, I take my tab, and then I walk in front of my house or just sit in front of my house, because it's actually cooler outside the house than inside because of the humidity. And I listen to the videos there. If I am reading the notes, I walk around and read the notes. I shout it out, I gesticulate with my hands, and also I change locations now based on the heat. Like in the morning, the room in front of the house is very cool, so I study there. In the afternoon, I shift to the middle hall, which is cooler, and then in the evening, when the humidity is very high and nothing works, I shift to my parents' bedroom. And it's not possible to study there in the whole day, obviously, because my mother is working over there, and my father, whenever he comes back in the evening, he's got to watch his TV shows, he's got to watch YouTube and everything. And Indian parents, they are not gonna use earphones or anything for them. Like they're not gonna harm the ears, which is a good thing, I guess. So I definitely do want to come live, and probably on extremely unproductive days I will be coming live, but not right now. I don't see it happening today, tomorrow. One channel I would recommend to you guys, those who want to set a benchmark for how much they want to score in the NEET PG 2025, is, I think so, the name was Shobhit MD. Like everything in my notes, I read through everything so precursorily that I don't remember stuff. Only when I'm trying to recall in the exam, I cannot remember it, and that's what's happening with the YouTube channel also. So if you search, I think so, NEET PG 2024 marks, sorry, score versus rank, the video is gonna come up. It's a compilation of shift 1 ranks, scores, and the percentile. So it's gonna give you a very fair estimate of what you need to score to get your selective branches. Like for an MD branch, to be safe, you need to be under 5,000 to be safe, like MD medicine, MD derma, or MD radiology. And yeah, so do watch his videos, guys. Right now I'm trying to create a balance between what I absolutely need to do, what is not like missable at all, and the FOMO of trying to do extra. Like I will be completing my third read by the 28th, and after that I'll be dedicating the 2 weeks, a little bit more than that, to just read through everything again in 14 days for INICT, because yeah, that's what's gonna help me. So I don't have any particular study schedule, guys. Like just gotta complete 19 subjects in 14 days. That's my study schedule. So what's happening is the study portion, the notes, the videos are taking so much time. These are must. Like I have to do the videos properly. I need to know them thoroughly, and I need to do the previous year questions. I need to complete them once before the INICT. I have done one round of the INICT questions, but when I'm repeating them again, I'm seeing lots of questions. Like I went over them too fast, and they were very difficult questions. Like the easy questions, the one you can work out, are not a problem. The ones are the ones that do not appear in the notes, that were updates or extremely weird questions. Like I did a question yesterday. There's a topic on information systems, like such a wonky topic. I do not remember it at all. The question was based on which of these is I think so decided, like it was rule 1 out, and I did not understand that concept at all. That question you have to mug up, you cannot do anything about it. So those types of questions I am getting wrong again on my second round of the INICT questions, and it's quite worrying to me because I need to absolutely know them at least. So yeah, probably trying to bookmark all the questions I'm getting wrong, and if I have time before the INICT exams, I will try to do them. I don't know whether I will have time or not. I had also bookmarked a lot of pearls. I do not know whether I will have time for them or not, but so many things are left, so many things I wanted to do, but time is not permitting, because the previous year questions and the theory is only taking up so much time. I wanted to watch the BTR videos of a subjects that I'm weak in, few more subjects I would like to make myself more confident in, like pediatrics, pharma, surgery, obs gynae, com med particularly. But I have not been able to watch it. I just managed to watch BTR radiology tomorrow because, as you have seen, radiology is constantly one of my lowest three subjects in the GT. So I did manage to watch it yesterday, and yeah, I think I have gotten a hang of the different kinds of MRIs, the different imaging modalities, those that were not given in my older Marrow notes. Maybe Marrow has included them in the new notes, but it's not in my older notes. So I've gotten a little bit of a hang of that. So also a lot of FOMO about the 8.1 annotation. I did manage to complete earlier on, I think in January or December. I managed to do like 5 subjects 8.0 annotation, the newest Marrow edition notes. I haven't managed to do a lot of annotation from the major subjects though, like surgery and com med and all, and these need to be annotated because a lot of updates come in these subjects, and I'm a little worried about that. So yeah, comment guys whether you have annotated from the 8.0 notes, whether you are using the 8.0 notes or not. Like some people totally changed their notes just before, like after the NEET PG 2024 attempt, and I did not. I relied on my own notes, on old notes only, because like I have a spatial memory in my brain and audio memory that the teacher had said this in such a way. So I preferred to go to those notes only. So yeah guys, comment what were your goals for the last 2 days and how many you could complete. Okay, bye bye. Also in the last video someone commented that, yeah, that I have mistaken Coates disease and Best's disease. I had spoken wrongly that it was Best's disease when it was Coates disease. It was just, a yellow appearance of the retina, and I thought it was a fried egg appearance. Like, why would you give fried egg? Like, I can see fried egg appearance on Google Images, but somebody who eats them alternate days or eats them a lot is gonna have first hand knowledge. Obviously somebody who has treated a patient of asthma is gonna know properly how to treat that patient, compared to someone who has never treated that patient. Review that analogy in terms of fried egg. Like, you give me a cauliflower appearance and see how quickly I identify that cauliflower as compared to the fried egg.